In the previous class, I gave you the equations of rotational motions and we did a few problems on it. Today's heading will be torque. Torque on a rotating body. Torque on a rotating body. Torque. We calculate torque on a rotating body. For this, we will draw a diagram. Like this. We are having a body here like this. This is the axis of rotation. And this one is torque is turning, this one is rotating. Suppose this is consisting of masses m1, here another mass is m2. Distance of this mass from this axis is r1. Second thing's distance is r2, maybe m3 here. Distance is r3, m4 and so on. There are so many masses are there. These are the particles of this body. Okay. Torque is moment of force, and you know the formula of moment of force you have learned in class 10 also. Moment of force formula is F into R. So we like to torque on a body, right? Here torque on a body, on a single particle, on a particle, let us write that, on a particle. Torque on a particle, formula is F into R. F is equal to, we will be writing MA into R. M. A is linear acceleration, will change into angular acceleration, that will become alpha R. A value is alpha R into R. Let us write here, since A is equal to alpha into R. Your formula will become M R square alpha. Alpha is called angular acceleration. This is the torque on any particle like this. So, therefore, we write total torque or net torque, we write net torque. Net torque denoted by this sign tau, like this sign we use tau. Net tau is equal to, because all are moving in the same direction, either clockwise or they will move anti-clockwise. That means all the torque we have to add for different particles. For first particle, we add this m1 r1 squared alpha, m2 r2 squared alpha, m3 r3 squared alpha, and so on. So there are nth particle, right? mn rn squared alpha. We'll take alpha common here. Alpha is common. What is the thing left over here? m1 r1 squared, m2 r2 squared, plus m3 r3 squared, so on, plus mn rn squared. This thing we write in this format. We write as sigma of m r square, we write. And the value of here, the value of n starts from 1 to n. We write 1 to n like this. First particle, the first suffix is 1 and the last suffix is n. From first particle to the nth particle. And alpha will keep aside. This quantity is taken as denoted by I. We write I alpha. This is the formula. Right here, where I is equal to summation of m r square from 1 to n. This I is called moment of inertia. Moment of inertia. Moment of inertia. In short, we call it m dot I. Moment of inertia. We write m dot I, that is moment of inertia. For a homogeneous body, what is the meaning of homogeneous body? That's m1, m2, m3 all are equal. We can write here for homogeneous body, there is for the body having almost equal masses of the particle masses are equal. Then m1, m2, m3, m4, all of them are equal. We can take n common. It becomes as I is equal to, from here if you see, m1, m2 all are equal. I take n common. Here you get r1 squared plus r2 squared plus r3 squared and Last one is coming Rn square into alpha. This is the formula of torque. The torque formula will become like this. Suppose there are n such particles, n. So we'll multiply by n and divide by n here. We'll get n divided by n. That is R1 squared plus R2 squared plus R3 squared plus so on. Rn squared alpha. This m into n will make capital N. That is the mass of the entire body. One example, suppose mass of one particle is m and there are n such particles. What is the total mass? Total mass will be capital N. And this n I put in divide over here. I put like this: R1 squared plus R2 squared plus R3 squared plus Rn squared divided by n into alpha. This will act m and this thing will act as a capital R squared into alpha. And here this thing is called moment of inertia. We get it tau is equal to I alpha. Here we will be writing like this, where I is equal to mr square, where r square value is this much. R square value is R1 square, R2 square, R3 square plus Rn square divided by n. This R is called, therefore R value will come root of this value. R1 square, R2 square, R3 square, so on, plus Rn square divided by n. This R is called radius of gyration. Radius of gyration. Radius of gyration is only for homogeneous body. Homogeneous body means the body where the masses are, particle masses are same throughout. And the formula is this one. R we find by this method. Square root of R1 square plus R. Suppose a body is consisting of 100 particles. And the particle distances are maybe 1 unit, 2 unit, 3 units, so on. We will get here 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus at last 100 square. There are 100 particles. And here also we will be writing 100. And we will be using the formula of AP, like 1 square plus 2 square plus sum of the square of the natural numbers formula, and then we will find the value of R. But what is the formula of I? Moment of inertia formula is simply m multiplied by R square. R is a kind of average distance of all the particles, small r. Right now, the SI unit of moment of inertia is you can see the formula from there, you can decide. Either the formula is mr square or small m small r square. The moment of inertia formula is kg meter square. Kg multiplied by meter square. Kg meter square. Not divide, kg meter square. Kg multiplied by meter square. Kg meter square is the SI unit of moment of inertia. So what is the formula of torque acting on the rotating body? Torque is equal to I alpha. Okay. Next heading you can give is kinetic energy. Kinetic energy of a rotating body. Now we are finding the expression for kinetic energy of a rotating body. Kinetic energy. Okay, see how we can find. We will get kinetic energy of a particle, then any particle. Let us find out that first. Formula of kinetic energy, we know half mv square, half m v is equal to that omega r square. This becomes half m r square omega square, like that. Omega is called angular speed or angular velocity. Now we get therefore kinetic energy of the rotating body. This is called rotational kinetic energy, that means, or rotational kinetic energy. equal to, we'll be writing half. For first particle I'll write like this, half m1 r1 square omega, half m2 r2 square omega, half m3 r3 square omega, plus so on. For nth particle, half mn rn square omega square. Omega square, omega is square, omega square is. Why omega is? Because all will have same speed, no, same velocity all the time. All the particles are going to have same angular velocity. We'll take common half, and within omega square I'll keep it here, and I'll be writing as m1 r1 square, m2 r2 square, m3 r3 square, so on, mn rn square here. I'll write half. This thing we are calling I. Write here I omega square. This is the formula of rotational kinetic energy. We write K rot. K rotational. K rotational formula is half I omega square. In class 10 we used to do, there are three types of kinetic energy: translational kinetic energy, rotational kinetic energy, and vibrational kinetic energy. Translational kinetic energy formula was half mv square, and rotational kinetic energy formula becomes half I omega square. And we have a formula for vibrational kinetic energy also, that we will learn later on. In the another chapter we will learn that formula. So now in this class 11 you know the formula of rotational kinetic energy. Formula is half I omega square. Okay. Next heading you can give formula of that expression for angular momentum. Angular momentum. Angular momentum of a rotating body. We find angular momentum. Diagram. This is the diagram only we draw. Angular momentum of a rotating body. Rotating body. We'll find angular momentum. Right here, angular momentum. Angular momentum definition will say first. Angular momentum is the product. Angular momentum is the product of linear momentum. Is the product of linear momentum and its perpendicular distance from the axis of rotation. That is angular momentum from its linear momentum. Let us write like this: linear momentum into the distance r. Linear momentum formula we have mv, so this becomes mvr. So angular momentum denoted by capital L. Capital L formula is mvr. For one particle we said, right? For any particle, right? L for a particle. First they being for a particle, then we will do it for the entire body. That will come here. M v will change. We write omega r into r. That means this will become m r square omega. This is the angular momentum value of one particle. Therefore, we write here angular momentum of the rotating body. Angular momentum of a rotating body of the entire body is angular momentum L. So we will be doing like this: m1 r1 square omega, m2 r2 square omega, m3 r3 square omega, so on. Last value will come mn rn square omega. Let us take omega common here, and let us write this thing: m1 r1 square plus m2 r2 square, m3 r3 square, so on, plus mn rn square. This thing is becoming I. So we have the formula. Angular momentum formula becomes I omega. So we derived three expressions. First one was for torque, second one was for kinetic energy, and the third expression was for angular momentum. Okay, now another one. Why moment of inertia is so called? Do you know what is inertia? Inertia is the tendency of a body to remain in the state of rest or in the state of motion. That tendency is called inertia. What determines the inertia of the body? We say mass. Mass is the measure of inertia. Greater the mass, greater the value of inertia, which greater the tendency the body will have. Less the mass, less tendency it will have. So moment of inertia is equivalent to mass in rotational dynamics. When the body is in rotational motion, so moment of inertia is equivalent to mass. How it is equivalent to mass, you can see, I'll tell you. What is the formula of kinetic energy? Linear motion time, what is the formula of kinetic energy? Half mv square. And here we have the formula of kinetic energy, half I omega square. V is linear velocity and omega is angular velocity. And m or there is coming and here I is coming. That is, what is the replacement of m here? The replacement of m is I. Here also you see momentum formula, we have mass into velocity. But that mass is equivalent to I here. And velocity is same as omega here, because that is linear velocity, this is angular velocity. Even you see the formula of force. Formula of force is mass into acceleration. But the rotational force is called torque. And check the formula of torque. What was the formula of torque? The formula of torque was I alpha. Normal force formula is m into a. Mass into acceleration. Here we have I into angular acceleration. Then here also we find m is equivalent to I. So in rotational dynamics or in rotational motion, moment of inertia is analogous to the mass. It is equivalent to the mass of the body. That is why it is called moment means turning of rotation. Moment of inertia. Hope you understood. Okay, tell me one formula. What is the formula of work done normally? Work done of rotation. Work done formula is what? We know that work done formula is force into displacement. But here force is same as rotational force we have to give. The rotational force is same as torque. And the displacement out here is denoted by theta. Over there we write F into S, and here we will write torque into theta. Work done of rotation. And previously you had done the law of conservation of linear momentum, and that was total momentum of an isolated system remains constant. That is, initial momentum is equal to the final momentum, and we had done collisions and all of that. So here also we have law of conservation of angular momentum. Please write down the statement of law of conservation of angular momentum. Law of conservation of angular momentum. Law of conservation of angular momentum states that the angular momentum of a rotating body, angular momentum of a rotating body remains constant when no external torque is applied on it. When no external torque, because here torque is equivalent to force. When no external torque is applied to it, therefore L is equal to constant. Angular momentum remains constant when there is no external torque. And formula of L we have I omega is equal to constant. That means for two cases we can write as I1 omega 1 is equal to I2 omega 2. And from here we say I is inversely proportional to omega. Proportional to I. Or we can write here omega is inversely proportional to mr square. Roughly mr square. Moment of rotation formula is mr square. Mass into the distance square. Okay. This fact is used when there is a rotation taking place anywhere. That time the total angular momentum remains constant. There is omega and r, or that means radius you can take, or the distance from the axis. They are inversely proportional. Omega is inversely proportional to r square when the mass is constant. There is more the distance from the axis of rotation, less will be the value of omega. Less the distance, more will be the value of omega. Just inversely proportional. There are quite many reasons and questions based on this fact. When the Earth's radius, when the radius of the Earth shrinks, what will happen to its speed of rotation? Will it increase or decrease? Then when r is decreased, then omega will increase. That means the speed of rotation of the Earth will increase. And as a result, the duration of the day will be shorter. Because Earth is rotating faster. Normally it rotates in 24 hours time in a day. And now it will rotate faster because of the speed is increasing. Suppose radius is becoming half, then omega will become how much? Radius is half, then omega will increase by 4 times, because r is 1 by 2 square, that 2 will come out. That is, speed of rotation will increase by 4 times. That means the time of duration will decrease by 1 by 4 times. Normal case, the day's duration is 24 hours. In this case, the day duration will be only 6 hours. 1 by 4 times it will decrease. Anyway, we will do some question on this also later on, but this is the fact. Now another one, there is a diagram in the book also given. There is a rotating table. There is a turntable like this. Table is all the time turning around, and the man is standing on the table with 2 weights on the table, and the table is rotating. When with the 2 weights are there in his hand, when he brings the weight close by like this, when he brings like this, then he gets spun. He starts spinning faster like this. Can you guess what is the reason behind? Because when he is stretching and the table is in rotation, that means he is having initial momentum, angular momentum. But now the value of I is becoming less because the radius is decreasing. When the radius increases, what increases? Then the speed of rotation will increase. To make up for to have the same momentum, he has to spin faster. Then only the momentum becomes equal because the radius is becoming less. So he will start spinning faster like that. There used to be a serial olden days it used to come Shaktiman. There was a serial called Shaktiman, and the Shaktiman used to spin like this and then used to fly in the air. Do you know what technique he was using there? He was holding his legs like this. First he was doing like this, then suddenly he folds his legs. That means, and body shrinks like this. That means he is reducing the value of distance r. What is happening? As a result, he gets more spun and then flying more. Same thing applies to acrobats. In the circus, there are swings on there, and they take pants like this way. And the acrobats, they jump on the net or there. But at the time of jump, they just spin like this very fast, and then they will be falling off. And the reason, when they have to jump on the nets, they will shrink their body. They put their legs close by it, so that the distance becomes less, moment of inertia becomes less. If I is less, then omega is more, so you get more spin. Spinning becomes faster than it also. Even a parachutist, when he is falling down with a parachute, and when he suddenly closes his body, shrinks his body, then the parachute starts spinning. Otherwise, the parachute will be falling normally over here. So the reason is all this factor. When I is less, then omega is more, and I will be less when the distance is less, because I is equal to mr square, moment of inertia. So with this information, the theory part of this chapter is over. Next day we will do a few problems.